If you look at the headlines right now, the American economy just won the lottery.
As we were trying to digest the Iran war, what happened in the U.S. market is that narratives quickly changed in terms of the soft.
And he's nuts! They're nuts! They know nothing! I have talked to the heads of almost every single one of these firms in the last 72 hours, and he has no idea what it's like out there. None! And Bill Poole has no idea what it's like out there. My people have been in this game for 25 years, and they are losing their jobs, and these firms are going to go out of business, and he's nuts! They're nuts! They know nothing!
The stock market is smashing all-time highs. Tech giants are dumping $500 billion into artificial intelligence. Wall Street is calling it the start of a brand new golden age. But if you step outside and look around, you know that's a lie. You're working harder than ever, yet somehow you're getting poorer. Today, we are looking over the ledge to show you the phantom economy and exactly where your money is actually going. To understand why your wallet feels lighter today than it did 3 years ago, we have to look at the scoreboard. If you turn on the financial news, they will tell you the economy is roaring, and mathematically, they aren't entirely wrong. The S&P 500, the benchmark of American corporate success, has been shattering records. But if you look closely, this isn't a broad economic victory for the country. It is a highly concentrated wealth loop. Right now, a tiny fraction of massive tech conglomerates are carrying the entire market on their shoulders. They are engaged in a silent arms race, an unprecedented pivot toward artificial intelligence and global data infrastructure. We are talking about hundreds of billions of dollars being deployed in a matter of months. They are buying up land, draining local power grids to cool massive server farms, and hoarding next-generation microchips. Capital is flowing upward into this new digital gold rush at a speed we haven't seen since the dot-com boom. But here's the critical piece of the puzzle that nobody is talking about. This new tech boom doesn't require millions of middle-class workers to build it. In fact, it is designed to do the exact opposite. To understand how this wealth transfer works, we need to look at the physical cost of the future. Every single time you use AI to write an email, analyze data, or generate an image, it requires physical energy. In fact, a single AI query takes nearly 10 times the electricity of a standard Google search. To power this $500 billion pivot, tech companies are tapping into local power grids across the country. They are consuming gigawatts of electricity, and when the grid needs to be expanded to handle this massive new load, who do you think pays for the infrastructure? It gets quietly passed down to the consumer. Your utility bills go up to subsidize the expansion of their digital empire. But the electricity bill is just the symptom. The real engine of the phantom economy is hiding inside the Federal Reserve. Right now, everyday Americans are being squeezed by a global energy shock. Oil is hovering near $115 a barrel, making everything from groceries to gas more expensive. To fight this inflation, the Federal Reserve has kept interest rates aggressively high. The textbook goal is to cool down the economy by making it expensive to borrow money. But here is the trap. The mega corporations driving the stock market, they do not need to borrow money. They are sitting on mountains of cash. High interest rates don't hurt them at all. In fact, they're actually earning billions in passive interest just by letting their cash sit in the bank. But the middle class, you live on credit. You need a mortgage to buy a home. You need a loan to buy a car. You need financing to keep a small business alive. The primary weapon used to fight inflation is completely missing the corporate giants at the top and landing squarely on your shoulders. You are effectively trapped in a system where the top is playing with cash and the bottom is drowning in the cost of debt. This is why the stock market can celebrate a historic victory. On the exact same day, you realize your paycheck no longer covers the cost of living. So where does this leave us for the next 5 years? We are watching the greatest, quietest wealth transfer of our generation. This isn't a temporary recession, and it isn't a market correction. It is a permanent structural shift in how capital flows through the United States. The economy has officially split into two separate lanes. The top lane, the tech giants, the AI infrastructure, the corporate cash hoarders, is moving at the speed of light. They are building the future, and they are essentially immune to the economic friction of everyday life. The bottom lane is Main Street, and right now, Main Street is unknowingly funding the construction of the top lane through the hidden tax of inflation and soaring borrowing costs. But understanding this is your greatest advantage. You cannot protect your time, your money, or your family if you do not understand the rules of the game being played around you. You have to see the board clearly. That is exactly why we built this channel. We are here to look past the mainstream headlines and break down the complex realities of the world. If this video helped you see the economy differently, hit the subscribe button. Join the community. We have a lot more to uncover together. I'll see you in the next one.